Hello and welcome back, Mavericks and Pokemaniacs alike, as well as YouTubers. Today's video is going to be over a Pokemon Ultra Sun and Moon poster that has been revealed. We're going to be looking at this poster and detailing a few things that we might be able to figure out for the upcoming game. Now, of course, this poster has teased quite a few things, and it's pretty interesting to see. But before I get into that, I just wanted to mention that this comes on the heels of a survey I did over on Twitter, where most people who voted on the survey said that they wanted to see Pokemon theories and what you missed news over everything else. I didn't get a massive amount of people giving me feedback, so if you're not following me on Twitter, go ahead and follow me over there. But if you don't have a Twitter account or you don't want to make one, I completely understand. It's just I use Twitter above every other social service, so that's where you're most likely going to get a response or a discussion from me. With that said, let's jump right into the poster here. So the first thing that everyone likes to point out is the giant open portal in the sky that looks like it's leading to another dimension with purple in it, saying that it relates to Generation 4. Game Freak, Pokemon Company, the creators of Pokemon themselves, they like troll. They like to troll hard, man. They have a habit of trolling, especially their fans, but they will deliver eventually. I have no doubts in my mind that we're going to see a Generation 4 remake, but I don't think this game is going to lead to it. It might drop a few hints here and there, but that would be it. With that giant black portal in the sky, I just think that has to do with the Ultra Beasts. Now, some people are speculating that it has to do with Team Galactic and Cyrus. Cyrus was taken, if you take Platinum as kind of the canon, Cyrus was taken to the distortion world where Giratina was, and that's where he pretty much ended up at. And a lot of people are saying, oh, he's coming through here, and these Pokemon or these Ultra Beasts, that's where they come from. I don't have a lot of evidence to point at that. That just seems like a very unlikely theory. But it does seem that this poster here is pointing up to the shadowy figures, that there's going to be a new enemy to face. Let's take a look back at Black and White 2 and just try to note that there were an enemy, but it was the same but different. So I don't know if this is going to be like involving Team Skull, but there's very little reference to Team Skull in the poster, and I don't know if this is going to be involving the organization that was saving Pokemon in Sun and Moon. It'll be a variation on that organization. I don't know at the end of the day. Again, this is just a reveal, but I have looked at this up in the shadows, and one of the Pokemon that I can spot and point out in the top left corner looks to be Gastrodon. And if you haven't ever seen a Gastrodon, it's a Gen 4 Pokemon with horns. The pink one specifically looks just like the shadowed figure in the top left corner next to another shadowed figure. Now, these shadowed figures definitely look like they're going to be using Pokemon, but I don't know in what way, shape, or form. I don't even know if that's a Gastrodon or not. They definitely look like they're probably going to end up being the enemy team. Now, as for the rest of the poster, there's not much outside of what we don't already know. There's going to be the fusion between the Ultra Beasts and the legendaries on the covers of Sun and Moon as well. The main protagonists are there, of course they are, because what's a game without them? You have How and you have Nebby and just the same characters that came from Sun and Moon. But one of the biggest differences is that Lillie actually has a Pokeball in her hands, which infers that she might be playing more of a pivotal role as a trainer than what she did in the previous game. At the bottom, you can see that they're referencing Pikachu and pointing out the Lycanroc event. That's a really big thing. And then you have the full evolutions of the 3 starters. Now, outside of those things that I've already mentioned, there's not much else. The biggest theory that holds water is that somehow Cyrus is going to be coming back and he's going to be leading these evil individuals. Now, if that's the case, a lot of people would be excited for that, but I need to point out the fact that that doesn't mean there's going to be a Gen 4 remake. I'm sorry, it's not going to happen. If he's just appearing in the game as a main villain, that's nice that there's a continuum there, but I don't think so. I just don't think so. The way these people look in the corner photos at the top, they don't look like normal Team Galactic or Cyrus people. And on top of that, if I recall, when Cyrus went to the distortion world, he was alone. He didn't have his team with him, despite the promises he made. So that's all this poster has to offer. And I know it's a fairly short video and there's not much else to speak about here, but that's about all I can say. So ladies and gentlemen, do you think that Team Galactic and Generation 4 is going to be making a comeback? Why do you think that? What proof do you have for that? I mean, besides the whole distortion world thing happening there. I just don't think the Pokemon Company is going to be bringing it back this year. I'm sure they are working on it, and I'm sure it'll probably be next year or the year after. I don't know. It doesn't seem like it's going to line up with this game specifically, but hey, maybe it's an interdimensional portal that's been opened up. I think it has a lot to do with the Ultra Beast, because if you remember in Pokemon Sun and Moon, an Ultra Beast just literally walked through a portal during one of the events of the game when you were looking at the Aether Foundation's little spot that they had on the island. It just whoop, you know? So like, it's not really outside of the power of these creatures to just open up a portal in the sky. You see what I'm saying? So these are just some speculations that I have. You guys can go ahead and make your own assumptions, and as for me, I've been your host, Protomario, and I'm signing out. As always, good gaming, God bless, and thank you for watching.